things like the Nico helps you win the lane with anybody. You have the Akali into the Azir, and the Gwen can, if played perfectly, into Perfect himself here on this Renekton. Like, it's going to skip. Could have been a little bit better mitigation, as there's no Corki here, Cuzz.
Yeah, but Pyosik is taking a fair bit of damage from this one. Peter moving over, does still have those tangle buffs.
Honestly, Cuzz just being here kind of bails his bottom lane out a little bit. He's like, I might fight for the dragon. Don't look at the Corki Army lane over there. No, leave them alone. Let them catch those minions. That's kind of all he was able to accomplish.
Okay, nice little Aqua Prison. That was a little bit frightening for a moment there, but it's all right. So, Dragon just goes over. Chat. As Cuzz going to be taking this grub away. See whether he can get two of them. Should be able to. Does have Smite. Some needlework to come through from DuDu, who's looking
Pyosik wants to look for a kill.
A little bit problematic. And yeah, Pyosik is going to make his way over. Slice and dice from Perfect to get himself out of there. Still has the dominance and flashes, actually, as Tidal Wave is avoided here by deokdam, but the Aqua Prison is not. And that is First Blood going over to aiming underneath this turret. Ghost tanks it up beautifully. This Dragon. Mid lane control is there for BDD, which is why KT are probably happy to go for this, but the bottom lane moving on forward there. Cease and assist onto Pyosik. He tries to ult his way out, but it doesn't quite work out here. Tidal Wave is decent. Pop Blossom's better, and Pyosik just takes down Cuzz. He said cease and desist, and Pyosik said no. Really wanted to press up.
He's on Dragon, and they have the rotation over, but they don't have to play for this engage. They can instead just play for the slow fight.
Yeah.
Not sure about that one, but ultimately it means that not only do they not get the Dragon, but they also give a kill.
Buttons being pressed here towards this top side of the map is now Perfect. No flash available. And there is the flash tangle buffs from Peter, and down goes the Crocodile. Perfect. Unfortunately, not living up to his name there, but didn't really have too much of a chance without flash to get out. Turret aggro only takes one shot there and almost destroys deokdam's entire health bar. True Shot Barrage, big value.
Peter's ult's coming back up. They really need to be careful about overextending here. They will back away.
Oh, the Dragon never got taken.
Yeah, no, it didn't get taken actually earlier because Cuzz dropped it to go for the all-in, which was what the crazier thing. Peter.
Peter is the one with health, so they're not going to fall for it this time around. Perfect. Pushes this wave in. Dragon goes down over to KT. They still have a decent advantage as Hextech. Oh my goodness. A Drake apiece just fine.
Cuzz does have flash and ult. This is a dangerous position for DuDu.
Yeah, let's see how immune the Gwen's going to be as the Aqua Prison does go down. Hit by the kitchen sink, and down he will go.
That's a turret.
First Star Blood.
Yeah, big win here for the bottom of the side of the map here for KT. And all right, the Observer's trying to keep up with all the silliness that's happening in this early part of this game, but we just keep exchanging blows as Pyosik is now going to go up here and take this Herald, and even with BDD having flash and ult, there's just no one else in the area with the backs for aiming and Ghost to contest. But we talked about the race, right? You mentioned it earlier in these 2 item 80 carries. Aiming is the victor. He has a 1,500 gold lead, and he is going to be the one who is about to transform this Murmana. It's so quick. He
just speculating. So you're lying as well. You'll love to see it. All right, KT on full vision. They're going to be trying to take this Dragon. Let's see whether Pyosik can go for any sort of interruption as the Drake will get stopped. Double teleports to bring in both DuDu and Clozer, but that should mean that DNS can now take this Dragon, and they do so, leaving Perfect to his ways on the top side. But I still think getting themselves this first Hextech Dragon is a big deal.
Yeah, it is, I think, a big deal.
Hex Drinker there as well. And so he's very scary. There's the flash away from Ghost. Make sure that public execution doesn't land. As BDD a little bit worse for wear, but now Pyosik gets ulted once again here by Cuzz, who goes incredibly deep. Aqua Prison is decent onto Clozer somehow, but Cuzz is once again just going to die, and aiming just auto-attacks the Akali, and she is dead as well. The Arcane shift forward is dire here from deokdam at the same time as the Emperor's Divide gets Pyosik out of there. Not sure what he was doing, going back in. However, he is definitely out now, as now DuDu wants to find his avenue in, as aiming has gone too far forward. It's an absolute mess, but the cleanup crew is down, and Perfect looked a little bit worse for wear. Still, it's BDD. What was that?
He doesn't have ult. He wanted the shield. He thought he had enough damage to burst them down, but it is not enough. And that's Rise Group, baby. Now, this engage here, when Pyosik has this angle, I think is a bit too deep, as there's an attempt to deny here on the Dragon, but it looks like it's not going to work out. Let's see if Cuzz lives. He is going to be fine. But anyway, the crux of this is BDD takes so much damage here. He does a lot as well, right? But at this point, you could actually just leave. BDD has to use his ult here. It's a really cool and safe way to play this, where you're always a little bit oppressive. Speaking of oppressive.
Yeah, DNS have a lot of people around the Baron, but DuDu is very, very dead. Just swept up here by the Shuriman duo.
You guys could see here, bam.
Man.
Crystalline Overgrowth procced, and that's the turret gone. And this means no turret here defensively to set up around.
We'll pull it out of the pit. Pyosik moving over.
Surely KT get it this time. They surely don't just cower and let it go. No way. And let deokdam have free reign with this Ezreal to poke them down while they hesitate.
Well, Cuzz wants to press R on someone right now, and I assume it's Pyosik, because that's the player that he's really liked to hit with it most.
Maybe play around Dragon KT, look for a turn. Kind of happy feeding a little bit here, and Dragon's right there, Cuzz. Oh, okay, pulling it out.
Yeah, and the more poke that lands, the better it is here for KT. Look at their health bars. They are much higher, and they do have the ebb and flow for some sustain, as Pyosik down to 50% already.
I mean, the BDD poke is kind of real. It just keeps zoning, keeps burning them with Liandry's, and eventually it wears down these health bars.
Yeah, conquering the sands, as Peter is just throwing clones in over and over again as DuDu gets into the back of the pit. Clozer is rotated around as Cuzz has got off this dragon. And BDD is just getting so much control. deokdam in a lot of trouble here as now Cuzz back onto the Drake one more time.
That might have been enough for KT to secure this.
Oh, we'll just have to find out, as even the Dragon is getting frustrating here, as BDD now off on his own, possibly in trouble, does have to flash to get himself out of the way, as now Peter gets in there with the Pop Blossom, and BDD Empress Divide from the grave as he is taken down, but now it's KT's turn. Cuzz is going to sacrifice himself for the good of the team fight as Perfect gets the stun onto deokdam, and down goes the Ezreal. Finally, that lead that Aiming had all game pays off.
He chipped away at them so much. They lost so much health from BDD as well. And KT now, Perfect.
Just going to walk at them. And True Shot Bros does do a fair bit of work, but now it is the Baron. And with Liandry's and an Ashes Tooth on BDD. And now he's looking for Doc. Oh dear. Cease and desist comes in. Ezreal will just be dead, and no need for an Emperor's Divide as Cuzz has to flash. Clozer on the warpath here, looking for the angle, but does not get it. Cuzz is going to be able to steal away a red buff as well.
I mean, they have a huge wave here. They can either try to break open the inhibitor or just as a huge tool here for this upcoming fight.
Well, there's a public execution onto BDD. Emperor's Divide is going to push him back. His BDD is actually pretty durable. He will go down in the end, though, as now Clozer into the Shroud. He gets into the backline and executes the fish, but he's dead as a result. And now Perfect in that front line is going to push the rest of them away. I don't know whether it was worth 2 for 1 there. And BDD, the only sacrifice here for KT. I think they're going
to remind everyone where he came from.
He's like the famous person wearing Dunlop volleys, you know? Well, famously one of the cheapest shoe in Australian supermarkets. It's okay. DuDu teleports in and then wishes he could teleport out again.
Aiming's just reminding everyone he grew up in the bottom lane without a support.
Yeah.
He actually had 2 supports, but he had to survive through the top lane, playing into a Nico. Nami kept getting rooted, but
he was molded by it or something. Certainly, it's Bane Ming. Bane Ming trying to make it work here as the public execution doesn't do anything at all. And all right, Aiming, feeling like he's back in that gigantic oversized well again. That's what it is, right?
Yes.
In Batman Begins? Okay, good. It's not Batman Begins, it's the next one, the last one. What is it? What's the third one called? Dark Knight and then Dark Knight Rises?
Rises, yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
Dark Knight was the best one, though.
Yeah, it was. You can't really top it.
I've never seen a movie in theaters more than I saw the movie. I think I saw like 5 times.
My God, that's too many times. I saw too many people hit by that phosphorus bomb as well. That was a lot of damage there. And this turret is also going to go down. The inhibitor likely to follow as well as the True Shot Brush, actually doing a lot of work there as Aiming just Valkyries through it for some reason. As Needlework to come out here, Cuzz taking a lot of damage is Perfect. Gets himself over the wall, but the chase is on here as DuDu makes his way in. The cease and desist is looking very awkward as they do take down the Renekton. Pop Blossom onto 2 as Clozer gets Empress Divided. And down to the GA will go the Corki, and now over the wall goes DuDu. The Vault Break is fantastic, but they take down the Vi. Aiming's dead as well as BDD's the next target, but he gets healed up by Ghost. And now Pyosik gets on top of him, and Ghost goes down as well. It's the ace for DNS and the roller coaster. It is
read it out. instead they try to kind of fight their way back here. Is it's awkwardly KT in the enemy base trying to kite through as if it's their own base, and they don't really have space here. Mechanically, BDD plays this next set of plays incredibly well, but fortunately his health bar is just a little bit too low. Doesn't get hit there. Ghost gives him a little bit of healing.
Oh. Peter had to pop blossom the wave to avoid losing the game.
And finally, they will defend this Nexus.
Well, DNS versus the environment. This is a very large Renekton.
It's an Ezreal on the other side, trying to clear these. It's taken a while. There's no way KT throw here.
Yeah. No, Wolf. I see what you're doing. Public execution into the backline there as Cuzz could be in a bit of trouble. There's the Emperor's Divide to get rid of the Nico, but down goes the Akali before she does anything. But BDD, nothing the same fate. Oh, God, Wolf. You did it. This is your fault. Aiming still in full health, though. And he is looking to get himself the heck out of there because I don't think he's lasting for very long.
The Nexus.
Yes, the minions may win the game. Baron's up in 50 seconds time as well.
Sundis turret here actually also creating problems.
Wait, it's a 1 for 3. Will DNS ever be able to get out of their base to take a Baron, though?
Well,
that's the question.
Maybe in like 2 minutes they'll have all their inhibitors back and they could maybe make a play.
Yeah, the rest of KT are just going to play keep away here as Aiming and Cuzz will be able to take this one down. I don't think DNS can do anything about this because Clozer is in base. And yeah, they're not going to fight.
It's always so scary when, you know, you're taking a Baron like this and trying to rush it, especially with the new Baron health. And enemy has Hextech Soul. If they were able to get there a little bit faster, retreating becomes so difficult. Getting your backs off, it becomes so difficult because of that chain damage.
Oh, wait, this inhibitor is just dead, though, because Aiming gets to hit it full.
Yeah, they get that, but then go back to Elder, back off, set up for Elder, set up for Elder.
So far, looking like the plan is coming together. All right, KT, we are so nervous. Like, so many other times we'd be like, oh, well, they just go to the Elder and it's fine, and we'd be relaxed and just waiting for the end of the game. I am stressed out of my mind.
The red buff.
Oh, here's the Pop Blossom angle as they get on top of Cuzz, but he's not necessarily the priority. As Flash out from Perfect as well. They're looking so worse for wear. True Shot Barrage barely unable to take Cuzz down to his GA, and KT will limp their way out.
They cannot do the Elder now. I think it's going to go to DNS.
Oh, my goodness.
Cuzz is just too low.
Well, let's see whether KT can get a lead. No, Perfect doesn't have teleport.
Oh, he doesn't. He has to run back. He has the Hex Gates.
But the thing is, if they're fighting this, then Aiming can still do so much damage with these rockets.
TP to mid for BDD. Look at BDD's hiding. TP to mid is an angle for him to actually try and
win the game. Yeah, he can just go win the game.
But the wave is being held the next one by Clozer.
Oh, Perfect. He's back.
I don't think they can end through mid anymore. It's going to be close. Cuzz on the flank.
Oh, this is just an absolute
They have to
disaster.
slow play this. KT have to slow play this if they want to end through mid. And DuDu has gone back, but he has TP. He's going to clear that wave and show back up.
Yep, BDD is also going back. He's in base right now, maybe building a Void stuff. Let's see whether he teleports back. The answer is no. As there it is, teleport onto the minion.
Oh,
the teleport
TP
DuDu as well.
He sees the TP.
And Clozer is teleporting in at the same time. It's going to be Elder for Nexus trade. Oh my God, it's Pyosik that locks down the dragon, but are they just going to lose the game? There's a minion wave here. Stop the back, KT. That's all you can do. As Aiming trying to get out of there, and BDD's not going to end.
He cannot end. They couldn't stop all the backs. This game is going for a while, Atlas. I don't think this one's ending right here.
Oh dear, BDD, Emperor's Divide, but Clozer goes golden, and BDD does the same thing, but I think this is going to be the end of the Azir. DuDu cuts him down, and it's gonna happen again.
Wait, hold on. There's actually
a lot of turrets.
The death timers are too long, though, still. I think they might have enough. They have to push through these super minions in the mid lane. Aiming's level 18 here.
And there's also, the inhibitor just died in the bottom lane as well. Aiming, if he can manage to kill, like this, the backdoor bonus.
He has to kill the waves.
Not actually doing anything at all. It's actually kind of crazy how much damage DNS do at this stage of the game.
Cuzz has ult when he respawns. He's going to have to pick his target wisely. They need to somehow buy time. I don't think they can.
I don't think they can end.
No, I mean, I don't know. I don't think they can defend. I actually think DNS might have enough. Like
2 seconds on Cuzz, 7 seconds on Ghost.
deokdam has GA.
Aiming's got rockets. And these minions are just dying. Hexgate to get out.
Man, I thought
God.
They just barely had enough.
We go again.
I thought they just barely had enough, Atlas. My God, this game. Okay, so
Hextech Soul and Elder, and now a gold lead for DNS.
We are, by the way, over longest game of the season.
Oh, yeah.
And flank here from Pyosik.
Public execution isn't witnessed.
Elder buff still up here for 45 seconds. KT should be very cautious and try to play around that bottom side prio.
Well, Cuzz possibly caught out of position here is, yep, eaten by a dragon, and down he will go. I'm not sure what the play was.
BDD is like round 2.
Yeah,
but
BDD.
guess what? Dudu's there to answer
They've got
again.
no Nexus turrets. They've got no Nexus turrets.
But Dudu's here to answer again. He's level 20. He's a top laner. TP. They're going to try to 2v1 and end the game, but the backs are already channeled for DNS. They're on their way home.
Well, they have to try and get here as quickly as possible as aiming. If he hits this a couple of times, they are just going to rush the base. Empress Divide to push them away. The Pump Blossom to buy some space. As BDD is going to get eaten by a dragon. Aiming's going to go down, and they throw the game away. Ghost is down as well. There's the ace, and that is going to be it. KT, they just thought they'd throw it all.
This game from KT makes DNF's macro last year
yeah.
look credible.
Oh my
Atlas,
God.
damn,
100,000 gold. But
to kill this Caitlyn.
I kind of do think that if they could survive the laning phase, though, DN SOOPers, their comp does big damage later. The Scion is going to disappear, and there is...
Oh, this, it doesn't get better.
Shoot the shield, please don't shoot my 80 carry.
They just need to hope that aiming misses as much CS as possible. Unless they all in, as he flashes already. Aftershock now down, though, as Peter taking a lot of damage back. The electrocute from Ghost doing so much work as the crash down. The re-engage. Aiming is able to at least stay alive to help with that kill, but deokdam versus Ghost. I like this one for the Yunara, and DNS
Just going to keep Meep slapping and electrocuting the Rel as often as he can. But that is Clozer taking a turret shot that he very much did not want to take. BDD doesn't have any mana, though, and he misses a cannon. So we're going to say that it's negatives on both sides. No flash available for aiming, and he's just going to get all in. Again, deokdam takes his second.
I think this is
KT, they really missed their bottom lane, dude.
And
And
it's just like good coordination here. Peter with the Hex Flash closes the gap. deokdam already trusting they're going to be able to get this.
Gorgeous.
Lane priority is just too much. KT do have control in mid, but they have no semblance of it towards this bottom side.
Out of the fight. There's some things you can do. They have tools.
Well,
And
Timid here. That's going to try and lock down deokdam, but it does not work. As the turret going to lose a plate. You know that this dragon's going on.
Weaver's Wall, how does it work for them in this case? Like, are they going to try to zone the Rise out who can ult over it? Or are they going to try to cut off the bottom duo? Shock Blast isn't going to do much for them.
Well, Pyosik is somewhat separated at the moment. Seismic Shove does pull him back, and he's on the rocks. He eats a lot of them as flashes out for both the jungle and mid of KT. That is the Drake secured, as now Cuzz moving himself back, and KT, I don't think they're going to be all aiming. Has to flash again as the Realm Warp brings the DN SOOPers forward. BDD in a bit of trouble here, as there is the Prey Seeker, and DuDu with the Void Rush is able to take him down. Yeah, just separated and destroyed.
The Lee Sin engage. And the truth is, because Pyosik had Flash, kind of, yes, if they get Insect in, they will just die there. Whoever gets Insect into the waiting maw of DNS is
Okay, here's
double.
another Tempered Fate. As they do find the Cosmic Binding. deokdam taking a lot of damage there as Peter goes in, gets that big old shield, and aiming, doing his very best to take him down. There's the magical journey. Down goes the Rel, and aiming still alive. I kind of thought that maybe there was aiming was going to die there, and then we'd just see him walk out of the Chijijik Low Park. But doesn't happen, and Ghost is going to chase
in game one in such a way, but this Jace pick just really isn't hit right for me, and you know, the bottom lane disaster, we've talked about it enough, as that Shock Blast is also going to miss. They're going to look for an all-in here on this Herald, I suppose, with this TP, but they're too slow.
Oh, God, yeah. Perfect makes his way in, but he does have a huge shield after he gets here amongst 4 people.
But they can't do anything.
Rift Herald taken down. That's a great shove onto Pyosik, but that's perfect, taking a lot of damage. Forced to flash to get out of the way as Pyosik gets ulted here by the Scion, and aiming, having to deal with DuDu, who is just refusing to take damage. Seismic Shove doesn't do too much as Pyosik crashes Shelly into this outer turret, and Peter is looking to get out of there with the crash down. KT will give up the Herald, and deokdam able to dash his way out, but does have to use the ulti to do so.
I think worth it to use the ultimate there. He didn't need it for the fight, because there just wasn't really a fight.
Flash out from Ghost, man. That was a little bit frightening. I think there was a snap trap.
But he doesn't want to waste his ultimate because he doesn't know where DuDu is. DuDu's missing on the map, so he kind of has to slowly walk down as Pyosik starts this up slowly and Peter gets positioned on the banana brush where they have control vision.
Yeah, and KT, they really, okay, Tempered Fate goes wide. The train is rolling in as Peter kind of throws his ultimate away, doesn't find an angle for it, is now perfect in that front line, but it is Soul Point over to DNS. Pyosik playing the series of his life. Well, not his life, because that happened in 2022, but definitely of the year. As that Realm Warp is a Realm Warp of all time, 100%. As Clozer is now going to get punished for it.
Looks like they'll be fine, but yeah, I wouldn't have taken that direction myself. I probably would have just gone back towards the Hex Gate, but they want to defend this mid turret. They clear out the wave. DuDu might have been able to do that on his own.
Oh man, KT, I mean, you can't get Nara.
And how much money, like, what would you put the price of an Hextech Soul, especially a 4-0 Hextech Soul on, like?
Aiming. Ooh, he was thinking about it, as Peter is going to tank that ace in the hole, but probably didn't want to in the end. Peacemaker comes on down.
He is still fairly vulnerable. This turret isn't going to last very long. It's got Crystalline on it. Pyosik's going to make this happen, I think. Atlas
He is a very patient man. Gets the kickback, picked up by the Magnet Storm, and down goes Aiming once again.
What a sick play. And they know that with the Crystalline Overgrowth there, they just instantly kill him. There is no backup. Like, there's no way. I think Aiming, when he went for that ult, he was like, okay, nobody jumped out of the brush there. I'm probably fine. They would have got me while I was channeling. DuDu dashes
Every
it again.
time.
Again, he dashes it.
Every ult he has available is just used to dodge out of the way of a Tempered Fate. And honestly, I mean, it's kind of okay if you start fights earlier, but Aiming is started up, but Pyosik's in the area, and his smite button has been so good. Peter's back in base.
Yeah, that's a big opportunity for KT. Late TP.
Big flanking teleport angle, though, for DuDu. If he can get in here, that is going to be Cuzz denying the soul. And now DuDu's possibly finding a triple knock-up. Gigantic here, but he's taken out. Pyosik's going to go down, and the Magnet Storm collects them all. deokdam to pick up a double as Peter will get knocked into the sky. But the fight is already over. 2 on the floor here for KT.
That's Baron.
Oh my goodness, don't tell me they can actually just walk over and take it. That's a very young Baron Wolf.
Jesus. It was like, hey, I got it. Cuz like, I got it. And then promptly,
oh no,
Rek'Sai engage.
Now they can't quite get to the Baron. Yes, they can. Cuz is dead, Pyosik is dead. Peter, Perfect, sorry, is walking up, does have to just drive that train out.
He kind of tricked him, like they got off the Baron.
They did?
They could have just ignored him.
And they are just going to go for the reset, so it does deny the Baron, and this does deny the Soul.
Look at how close this is to
100% death contribution as well, which would have been very impressive. Going to be seeing that bottom lane outer turret falling down. The lead is extending here for DN. KT, you need to get over there and try and take this one down as Clozer down to 50%. As can Cuzz actually get in there? The Magnet Storm is fantastic from Peter as DuDu gets into the backline, and there's the Hextech Soul! They're on top of Aiming, and I don't even think they needed the ulti out of DuDu to take him down, but they're going to do so anyway, as Ghost is also dead, Cuzz dies at the same time, and BDD offers himself up as tribute to the DNS War Machine, who are now just realm warping towards the enemy base. Is it just going to be the DNS 2-0, and what did and Umpty know that everyone else didn't?
Well, this is an ex-support player. Peter is an ex-KT player, and he and deokdam are looking to end this one and get revenge.
Yeah, perfect. Just going to be taken down. The zombie version I don't think is going to be enough to deal with these minions, as the Nexus turret will be falling. There are some respawns coming on in here, but I don't think it's going to be enough. And yeah, free hitting is deokdam. He takes down the Nexus, and DNS will eliminate KT.